Hello, good day. My name is Chris Njoko. Today on the Simplifier YouTube channel, I'll be teaching you how to track expenses in your business. How to track expenses in your business. Let's look at the data before us. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns created. These 7 columns will be used in tracking the expense of a particular business. There's so many persons they spend money from their business. Sometimes they spend into their business, and at the end of the day, such money are not accountable, which is very, very wrong. So today I'll be teaching you how to track expense in your business and to ensure that you don't spend money from your personal purse into your business or from your business for any other thing outside of the business. So let's move. Let's assume that you own a servicing uh, business. You render service to people. You own a salon, a barbing salon, a hairdressing salon, or you own a car wash, or you own a school. These are businesses that serve people on a daily basis, either you're serving educational purpose or you are serving uh, any other kind of purpose that helps people to run their day-to-day activity smoothly. So let's move on. Today on the Simplifier YouTube channel, I'll be teaching you how to track expenses in your business with ease. The 7 columns you're seeing before you are what we're going to use. The first is the date, the next is in. What this in means is that money that was brought into the purse for the purpose of running expenses. Description of in. This description of in means how the money came about. Is either you kept that money in that particular account for the purpose of running the business, or you are just a manager. The business owner gave you this money for you to keep and spend from. In other words, every proceeds from the business is not to be touched. If there is any expense with respect to the business, spent from this particular money. So next is the out. The out column will be used for expenditure. Anytime you make any kind of expense, you record it there. Description of out. For accountability, you write out what the expenditure was meant for. Balance. This balance will be talking about at the end of the in and out, what is your balance from that purse, from that money? Then comment. This comment is for any additional information in the course of running expense for the business. If there are some hitches, there are some information that are very important. Um, Assuming someone is coming to audit the account, and then maybe if you don't bring out some detailed information, you'll be looked at as someone that is unserious or that is reckless in spending. So you can just use that comment column for that. So let's move. Let's assume this whole process started today. So we're going to use today's date for it. For you to bring out the date of a particular day, you use control and semicolon. Yes, that is the current day. So for today, the in, let's just say 200,000 was kept aside for the running of the business expense. So I'm going to give it a description. Let's call it opening balance. Okay. So for clearer work, I want to leave out expenditure on the very first column. I'm doing that so that it will not look very clumsy. It's not as if you drop anything there, it will alter what we are trying to do. But I just want you to have that in mind. Let it be like a culture so that your work will be very needs. So at the end of the day, because we are not spending out from this opening balance in this very first line, our balance should also be 200,000. So no action are coming. Now, let's say on the same day as well. So in order for us to have good understanding, let's say you put same day for the beginning of either expense or maybe additional money. So let's say control semicolon same day. And that same day, um, we leave out the in because we already have money to spend from. So there is nothing to describe. But on that very same day, uh, an expense was made. Let's say 20,000 or 18,000. 18,000 was spent on diesel to run the business. So now our balance should be the opening balance deducting the expenditure. So it should be equals. This is our balance from the beginning, F2, plus if there is anything added to it in, but there's nothing, but we just have to come in with this, and then minus your expenditure. So I'll stop here and then explain for us to move further. If you look at my formula here, I said equals F2, which is the balance, plus in, assuming something came into the business, minus what is going out. In this very day, nothing came into the business because from the onset, the owner of the business has set aside 200,000 to run the business for a particular month or for a quarter. The essence of that is to actually see how much that is spent on running the business. And then you now check your profit and know if you're on the right track of business. So we hit the enter key. Our balance here is 182,000, which is very, very correct because we subtracted the 18,000 naira that was used for purchasing diesel from the 200,000. Then we'll have 182,000 as our balance. We have 182,000 as our balance. Let's assume that on that very day, the business owner decided that okay, 200,000 will not be enough to run the business. Let me add this other 50K to it. So let's assume something actually came that day and you type in the 50,000. When you hit your enter key, you will see that that 50,000 is automatically added to the 200,000 and then subtracting 18,000 from it. This is it. This 50,000 was added to the balance of 200,000 to give us 250, and then 18,000, the money for the diesel, was subtracted from it, and then your balance is 232,000. So if this is your own computer, you are using it to track your business, what you do is that you ought to fill down. You hold down your to fill handle, you bring your cursor here to give you this black cross, you hold it down and then drag. The essence of dragging is that it will save you the stress of cracking your brain to check anything, just for you to be imputing the data. When you impute the data, Excel will just be doing the automation for you, calculate for you. So let's move. Let's assume that on the 24th of same month, nothing came into the business, so there's nothing there, but something went out. Let's say you spent 32,000 for purchasing of chairs. Okay, when you hit your enter key, you can see what happened already. The moment you type 32,000 and you move into the next cell, it automated itself immediately. Let's look at this again. Let's say another expense of 20,000 was made. If you hit your enter key or your tab, look at what happened. Total this. Let's assume that here money came into the business, like the owner said, okay, take this 20,000 as well, add it to the expense. Hit your enter key, you can see this figure will change. It's just as simple as this. Wherever you enter figure, Excel will automatically go to the records, what you have already imputed there, the formula, and use it to do the manipulation for you. Let's even go back here and decide to add 30,000. You can see it has affected it. By the time you sit down and calculate everything that came into the business and minus what went out, this is what you are going to have, 230,000. Let's try it. Let's say copy together, and then everything there amounts to 300,000. 200 plus 50 plus 30 plus 70. You can look at it here, count sum, choose 300,000. Now, everything that went out of the business amounts to 70,000. You're seeing it here, 70,000. So 300 minus 70 gives you 230,000. So that is just how smooth and very, very correct. You can use this for any kind of business. You can even organize this template and sell it out to anyone. You can sell it out to anyone. There are people there that are looking for how they can automate the process of tracking their business expenses. If you can create time, look at the person's business, and then be able to come out with this kind of template, I bet you have solved a very big problem for that business owner. Thank you very much.